Good evening, everyone. It's Zack here from Equal as One. Very happy to have you watching this video today and joining us in our annual fundraiser. We are here today on site at the end of August doing a dedication of the clinic here in Akpugo. We're very happy to be here. God has blessed us to put us here today. We have many people coming, many dignitaries locally, as well as the one-year anniversary for our staff. So we're so delighted. Thank you for your support. Thank you for what you've done for us. Because without you, we wouldn't have any of this in place today, treating the number of people that we do every single day. So thank you so much. We're happy to be here. You'll see some additional video from the formal dedication portion. And thank you for joining us this evening.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Nikki Nwobodo. I am a physician assistant at Equal as One and on the board of directors, and I help manage our clinic in Southeast Nigeria. Now, if you have never met us before or know anything about us, the most important thing to know about Equal as One is that we believe that every person on the planet is equal in their worth, and that we have a responsibility to help as many people as we can. Our current project is in Southeast Nigeria in a village called Akpugo. We run a clinic called Kindred Clinic, and it's been open for 1 year. Now, the purpose of tonight is to tell you everything that we have done in the last year and tell you what we plan to do in the next, but also to entertain you and give you an hour of some feet up enjoyment because you deserve it. You've supported us for years, and we're so grateful for you. Thank you for coming tonight. Now, as promised, I have our good old handy dandy bowl of names. Now this has every single person on this webinar tonight in it, including the last person who registered the first minute of tonight. I saw you, I put you in. So let's see who our first winner is. Kendra O, you are our winner of a $10 Starbucks gift card. Thank you so much for coming and for being so wonderfully on time. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about our auction tonight. Equal as One has a silent auction going on, and it will go on until the last minute of our event this evening. Here's how you can get hooked into the auction. There is a link here that hopefully you should be seeing sometime soon. But the website that we're using this year is called Galabid. If you go to app.galabid.com/equalas1/items, you will find our auction. I see someone just put it down in the chat. So if you need to see it down there, that is the link. You also should all have it in your email inboxes from registering for the event. Here it is, perfect. So there is your website. Our auction tonight includes so many things, everything from wine to brewery crawls to Christmas decorations, and everything from an ice cream truck experience, axe throwing, and even items from overseas. We are so excited to bring you our silent auction once again. Please enjoy, bid often, and I hope that you win. Best of luck to you. Now, finally, I want to introduce to you our musical guests for the evening. Ablaze is an acapella group from Lagos, Nigeria. They are known for their holiday music and faith-based songs, and they are here with us tonight to perform for you all a few times throughout the evening. So while you get settled into the auction, peruse and make some bids, please enjoy their first piece. To Ablaze.
Thank you, Nikki. This is Ablaze, and we are glad to be here to show our support for Equal as One. We're also glad you're here. We have a number of songs lined up for you, and we hope you do enjoy them. To start things off, we'll be singing Little Drummer Boy. Enjoy. A newborn king to see. Our finest gifts we bring. To lay before so to honor him, when we I had no gifts to bring. That's fit to give the king. Shall I play for you? On my drum. Mary nodded. The ox and the lamb kept time. I play my drum for you. My drum. I play my best for you. Then he smiled at me. Me and my drum. Rum pum pum pum. Thank you. Back to you, Nikki.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Aren't they fantastic? I want to talk to you all about goals for tonight. We have 3 wishes that the staff at Kindred Clinic have given us of things that they hope for in 2024. And I'm going to be telling you about those later this evening, but due to those 3 items, that is what helped us determine our goal for tonight. We seek to raise $30,000 this evening. Now, it is lofty, but I have some good news. There is a group of donors who have come together to do a match tonight. So for every single dollar that you give, every dollar that this event makes tonight will be doubled up to $25,000. So that means that if all of you on here can come together and raise $15,000, we will meet our $30,000 goal immediately. And if you go over that up to $25,000, and we could make up to $50,000 tonight. Sky's the limit. Let me get to one of those 3 wishes right now. I had the privilege of visiting Nigeria this year, and we sat down face to face with the staff there at Kindred Clinic, and we asked them, if you had $1 gazillion and you could bring 3 things to this clinic in the next year, what would you choose? Their first wish was for a transport vehicle. Now, something to understand about Kindred Clinic, the reason that it is in existence is because this is an area of Nigeria where there was no health care available. The closest place was 30 to 45 minutes by drive, and that's for people who had a vehicle. Most people in this community do not, and it's impossible to go that distance if you are severely ill. What our staff really desired was to have a transport vehicle so that if a patient came to them with a condition that required treatment at the next level, above what our clinic can currently do, they would have a way to bring that patient to the facility that they needed, rather than just saying farewell and saying, we recommend that you go to the main hospital in the city. This way, with a transport vehicle, we would be able to bring patients ourselves who needed that extra level of care. Now, a transport vehicle like this one, some kind of van similar to this that's pictured, would cost around $25,000. This really is the majority of the cost of the money that we're trying to raise tonight. Would be going to this transport vehicle. This would be helping the patients that are honestly the sickest, the patients that are the most severe, that need more help than they themselves are able to get. So keep this in mind as you are donating and bidding at the auction tonight. Now it's time for giveaway number 2, folks. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Bill Larrick. Bill Larrick, you are the winner of a $20 Cold Stone gift card. And yes, I know that it is winter, but we all know that most Minnesotans can still handle their ice cream this time of year, speaking as a Minnesotan. For those of you in warmer climates, we are jealous, and please send us some warmth right now. On to the next. I'm so excited for you to hear from this man. Dr. Victor is one of our physicians at Kindred Clinic. He has spent the last year treating patients there, and I asked him if he would send us a video updating us on a little bit of what we've accomplished in the world of maternal child care. For those of you who were with us last year, that was the theme of our fundraiser, was to raise funds in order to start a maternal and child program so that we would be ready to treat pregnant women before pregnancy, during pregnancy, after pregnancy, and take care of their babies as well. So without further ado, here is Dr. Victor to fill you in.
Hello, good day everyone. Compliment of the season. My name is Dr. Victor Emmanuel. I'm one of the pioneer staffs of Equal as One, Nwobodo Kindred Clinic in Akpugo. I want to quickly bring us to speed on what we've achieved in the past 1 year since we last met during the fundraiser. The year started with a lot of expectations and goals to be met, and with the support of our team, we were confident that by the end of 12 months, we should be coming back with tangible results. We had targets, we had goals, we had plans to be achieved. And part of the plans we had for the year, aside providing evidence-based primary healthcare services, was to ensure that we provide good maternal health care, safe delivery services, and child healthcare services to the people of this community at no cost. As of today, we have had over 4,000 patient encounters for the year, and we have a total of 76 antenatal care patients in our antenatal service and counting. And we've observed a total of 10 safe deliveries in the space of 8 months, even though some of our patients still go back to patronize the traditional birth attendant due to some personal beliefs known to them. However, we are not relenting in our efforts to showing them with evidence why supervised delivery is very important. Education has been a vital part of our care here in Kindred Clinic. Aside from providing the basic medications for our patients, we also ensure that we educate them on immunization, family planning for proper spacing of their children, exclusive breastfeeding, the need for formal education and use of insecticide-treated nets for the prevention of malaria. Currently, we are managing severely ill children thanks to the supply that came in with Project Cure. Our community is gradually building confidence in our capacity to cater for their children. Finally, on behalf of our team here in Nigeria, I want to say a big thank you to our generous donors. Your financial support and contributions have gone a long way in assisting the health need of this community, and we do not know how to thank you enough. Please don't stop supporting us. The people really rely on your support to thrive. Thank you. Thank you. We don't know how to thank you enough. Some of them come to us bearing gifts, saying thank you. Sometimes we turn them down, sometimes we receive this gift, but we know the big thanks go to our donors, because without you, this program will just be an idea and not a reality. Thank you very much.
It is so exciting to hear the updates. And I have to tell you, I got to hear these updates, of course, as the year went on. And every single time that there is a baby born at Kindred Clinic, a message is sent out to the entire board of directors and all of the doctors and nurses at the clinic. And we celebrate each one with such joy. It has been wonderful to see that program start and grow exponentially, especially these past couple of months. Now, Kindred Clinic's second wish for 2024 is actually to have an ophthalmologist on staff. You may remember, if you've been to our past fundraisers, there was a patient we saw in our first mission trip to Nigeria. He was a man in his 30s and he was blind, but he was not blind because he was born that way. He was blind because he had untreated glaucoma for too long. Glaucoma is a condition where the pressure inside the eye becomes too much. And if it stays that way long enough, vision is lost permanently. This man was younger than me, and he was completely blind because of this condition, this preventable, treatable condition. And he's not alone. Glaucoma is actually quite common in this community, as well as chronic dry eye, problems with vision related to age, or even people from birth having trouble reading. The staff at Kindred Clinic estimated to me, they supposed that around 1/3 of the people that walk through their doors would also need eye care. That if there was an ophthalmologist there, that is how busy he would be. And so they have that wish that we would hire an ophthalmologist to have full-time staffed there at Kindred Clinic. You would be surprised, I will say, with how much it might cost to have an ophthalmologist available to our patients on all open clinic days. The cost of that is only around $6,000 a year. And so that is something that we are raising money for this evening as well. Hopefully, if Equal as One has an ophthalmologist there at Kindred Clinic, then people in the community who used to know how to read but no longer can because their vision has deteriorated will get glasses and can see. People who have glaucoma at an early age can get drops and treated before they need surgery, before they have permanent vision loss. And all the community members who struggle with irritated eyes from living a farming lifestyle can have soothing eye drops to help them out. And so please keep all of our patients with eye trouble in mind as you are donating and bidding tonight. Now I am going to send it back to Ablaze to sing for you one more time as you put some more bids in at the auction.
Thanks, Nikki. We're about to do our second song right now, and please, while we do so, do not forget to make a bid in the auction. And our song is titled, Do You Hear What I Hear? Enjoy. 1, 2, go.
Said the night went to the little land. Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
Way up in the sky, little land.
Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see?
A star,
a star,
dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite.
Do you hear what I hear? What I hear?
What I the little lamb, to the shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
Bring him through the sky, shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear?
A song,
a song.
high above the trees,
With a voice as big as the sea.
with a
Voice as big as the sea.
Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king. Do you know what I know?
Do you know what I know?
In your palace warm, mighty king. Do you know what I know? A child shivers in the room. Let us bring him silver and gold. We will bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere. Listen to what I say.
Listen to what I say.
Pray for peace, people everywhere.
Listen to what I say. Listen to what I say.
The child, sleeping in the night, he will
Bring us goodness and
light. He will
bring
bring
us goodness
and
and light.
Thank you, Nikki. Now back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, folks, just giveaway time yet again. And the winner is Augustine. Sir, good evening, sir. Augustine, you are the winner of a $50 gift certificate to Outback Steakhouse. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. We are so glad that you joined us this evening. Now, I'm going to tell you about our silent auction. I want to bring your attention to a few things here that you can see on your screen. We have gloves and hats. We have baskets that have all sorts of goodies and games and things to eat and things to drink. We have a Snuggle Me for any new babies in your life. We have baskets of wine. We have jewelry. We have quite a bit of art in our auction this year. So if you have not gone into the auction yet, please do. It is important to look through it and see if you have anything that you want to bid on before the night is over. Now, on to our third wish from Kindred Clinic. The third wish was regarding accommodations for the doctors and nurses so that they can stay overnight every night in case a woman in the community goes into labor. Now, right now, they often have someone on call where if a patient goes into labor and shows up at our gates, the doctor and the nurse are called, let them know, hey, we have someone here who is in labor. But then the doctor and the nurse have to get themselves to Kindred Clinic. And this is in an area where travel is not exactly simple and you can't catch a taxi that easy at 3 in the morning. And so one thing that they requested was a place to sleep close to the clinic so that when a woman went into labor, they could be there as quickly as possible. Now, at our clinic, we have a generator house in the back. You can see it pictured here. It's this small little house looking thing right in the back center of this photo. A gen house is to hold a generator that can help with the very frequent power outages in Nigeria. However, Kindred Clinic has been running on solar power for the entire year. We have not used the gen house for its original purpose. And so we have plans to convert that gen house into a studio apartment. Essentially, it will be a place where someone can sleep and stay overnight and be on site, ready to go when one of our pregnant patients comes to the clinic to give birth outside of normal office hours. We also have a call room inside the clinic that has a bed and some accommodations as well. And so between that and this new project, we would be able to have a nurse and a doctor at the clinic overnight, each night of the year. And so this conversion project only costs around $2,000. That is so doable. So we have these 3 wishes that came straight from the mouths of the staff there, and we believe that they are perfectly reasonable and really important requests. All of the dollars tonight that are raised, they will go to these 3 things first. That is what tonight is all about. Now, we next have a guest who has come to share her view of Equal as One, her experience in Nigeria with you, and her name is Janis. Janis is from Mount Horeb Church, and she and a team from her church came to visit Kindred Clinic in August of this year. Earlier this week, I sat down with Janis and interviewed her, and I would love to show you that interview. Here it is. Hi, Janis. How are you?
Hi, Nikki. I'm so well. It's so great to be here with you today. How are you?
You're here. I'm good. I'm so grateful that you're here to talk to our donors tonight at our fundraiser. And I really want them to get to know you. So if you could start today by introducing yourself and Mount Horeb and your role there, that would be great.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Janis Albergotti, and I have the best job in the world. I get to serve as the Director of Missions and Outreach at Mount Horeb Church in Lexington, South Carolina. And I've been in this role full-time for about 7 years now. And previously, I was a nurse. So my experience with nursing, my experience working with children in ministry, and now in missions is just really, it's just a joy for me to see how the Lord has combined all those things together to allow me now to serve in this present role. Mount Horeb is a church that is just committed to seeing the gospel expand around the globe, is committed to human flourishing, and really just to acknowledging that all people are made in the image of God and are of great and sacred worth. And therefore, we have a responsibility as followers of Jesus to do all that we can to advance the kingdom and to love on people in the way that Jesus did, with a true incarnational love. And so my job just gets to help our church identify ways to do that, and then to mobilize the people here at Mount Horeb to actually be the hands and feet of Jesus out in the world.
I'm sure everybody who's watching now can instantly understand why Equal as One has a relationship with Mount Horeb Church. We're very like-minded in our mission here. Speaking of that, though, would you please let everybody know how we first got connected, and why did Mount Horeb initially decide to support us?
Yeah, well, I have this incredible lady named Christina Zack who works here in the office with me. She's part of our mission staff, and her sister just happens to be the one and only Nikki. And so Christina just shared with me from time to time about the work that you all were doing. And when it became time for you all to begin building Kindred Clinic, and there was a need for some funds outside of what you had already raised, it was an opportunity for us to consider partnership. And I just have to say, you know, I trust Christina, and we really believe in the work that you're doing. Your mission and vision is in alignment with ours here at Mount Horeb. So it was just a natural fit for us to consider partnership. And it's just been a joy since we actually took that step to be able to journey with you all and to see this beautiful clinic be built, and now to be actually serving the people there.
I am so thankful that, and not only that you supported us initially, but you did so with a big leap of faith too, because Mount Horeb they make it a priority to visit all of the locations, as many as they can, of the groups that they support around the world. But in this case, the pandemic hit just after
Wow.
Mount Horeb decided to support us. And so instead of being able to come and see the work that we were doing immediately, there was a long waiting period where I'm so grateful that you all continued to support us, even though you could not see our project. But I'm so excited to let everybody here know that you were able to visit Kindred Clinic this year, that you and a couple of others from Mount Horeb actually came for our dedication in August. Would you please tell our donors about your experience visiting us and what you found most notable?
Sure. Well, let me just start by saying it is our priority to visit. And sometimes it's not possible because of things that are going on in the world. And so when we enter into a partnership, we do so very prayerfully. And it's not just me making the decision. We have a team of people here called our missions committee that collectively study, do research, ask questions, and then we pray and seek God's will regarding that partnership. So the fact that we said yes was really our commitment to being all in from the beginning. We understand that life happens and pandemics happen and wars happen and different things happen. And so it's not always possible for us to go. While we were waiting, we were getting regular updates from you all. And of course, just having Christina have direct contact with you as family really did provide that extra level of access for us. And so we were able to see along that even though there was a pandemic, work was still happening, ministry was still taking place. And that was super encouraging for us. To get to go though, oh my goodness, what an incredible experience that was. Right before our team made the commitment to go, I was doing some research on Nigeria and learned that it's one of the most persecuted countries in the world for believers. And so God just really broke my heart for the community as I began to pray, as we prepared to go, as we did our research to learn what we could about the area before we arrived. And we knew that God had strategically placed Equal as One there for such a time as this. And so to get to journey with you, to see it firsthand, was just a true delight. What was captivating to me was just the level of excellence that we saw at the clinic. I, in my role, have been a part of visiting and serving in various other clinics around the globe in other contexts. And it's always challenging. I think it's challenging to come in as an American, knowing what our healthcare looks like here, and then to have expectations that things in another place might look the same. And then having to adjust my expectations and sometimes, if I'm being honest, feel as if I'm settling for something that isn't what I believe is the best for the people. That was not the case with Kindred Clinic. When we walked in, we found this beautiful building, a facility that was built with excellence, a staff that was trained and was serving with excellence, a pharmacy that was stocked and organized and was giving out appropriate medications at the appropriate times to treat diseases. And again, I mentioned that I'm a nurse, so I was able to look at it both through the lens of ministry, but also through the lens of having served 15 years as a pediatric ICU nurse, and just seeing all of the components come together where patients were being received with love. They were being cared for with excellence. They were being sent out with appropriate diagnosis and treatment. And then there even was a plan for follow-up. Like, it was amazing. It was truly a picture of holistic healthcare. I heard words like preventative care, and there was a physical therapist that we were able to bring with us that was able to deal with patients with chronic pain, which is a huge need, particularly in some underserved contexts. So that was amazing. And then there was conversations around sustainability. How do we sustain what we're doing here so that we can ensure that the future is long and bright for Equal as One there in Nigeria? There also was talk of how do we expand? How do we look at other areas that may need help? How do we provide services that the staff there were identifying was a need. And what I loved is that, Nikki, you were leaning in and listening and asking people who were on the front lines, what needs do you have? And then you were postured and ready to begin to respond to those needs here back in the States through this event even to be able to provide some of those things that they wanted. And so for me, I can say that I went in with high expectations because of the relationship that we had built and what we were hearing. But I left with just even greater excitement over what the Lord is doing there, what the Lord will do there, and how lives are being saved and lives are being transformed as people are truly encountering the living God in the clinic as their physical needs are being cared for. It was exciting.
Amen. It was the best trip. I was so happy to have you there. The last question I'm going to ask you today is really tapping into your expertise here. You said it yourself. You've been around the world. You have traveled, evaluated, volunteered for countless nonprofits in your career. So if I were to ask you, of all the nonprofits out there, why should someone donate to Equal as One? What would you tell them?
When I compare Equal as One to some other nonprofits, first of all, it's the leadership. It is the quality, the commitment, the humility, and the servant-mindedness of leadership. Number one means the most to me. Number two, the accountability factor. Every single pill in that pharmacy is accounted for. I know that because I helped to count them. I do know how many pills are in that pharmacy. No, but just but the level of excellence in accountability for medications. I've never been in a medical records room where there is an administrator that is so qualified and so excellent in keeping records and making sure that the data is accurate and the data is easily located. The insight and the wisdom to partner with other nonprofits and that collaborative mindset to receive not broken down, already used up equipment, but to have brand new, state-of-the-art equipment to offer patients the best care that they can receive. Not substandard care, but quality care, excellent care. Again, excellence is something that's super important to me. And we saw that with Equal as One. So servant leadership, collaboration, dignity of the patients, sustainability plans that are constantly being wrestled with and thought through. All of these, in my opinion, set Equal as One apart from other organizations. And just speaking to the donors, it is an investment that I highly recommend. We have been just honored to be able to provide some funding, and we'll continue to do so as long as the Lord allows it on our side. But it's a good investment because of just the quality of the leadership. Someone told me when I first began in ministry, if you can't 100% trust your partner, don't go into partnership. And that's really stuck with me. And so when we say yes to a partnership, it's because we 100% believe in the work that they're doing and the way that they're doing it. Sometimes those things, you can say, well, yeah, I really believe in the work, but their method I'm a little questionable about their method. Not so with Equal as One.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to Nigeria. Thank you for coming tonight to speak with our donors. And I hope that we will get to see you in person at the clinic sometime soon again.
I hope so. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for just persevering through COVID, through hard times, and for changing lives, just one person at a time as you provide this essential medical care. I was reading just the other day about the mortality rate in Nigeria, and to think that I think it's 1 in 14 children die. Is that correct? And yet you're there saying not on my watch, not on. And so I would say to all the donors in the room, can we say together, not on our watch, not on our watch. As long as we have breath and we have resources, on our watch.
Amen.
Thank you for what you do.
Amen. Thank you, Janis. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
You
Good night.
too. Have a good night. Isn't she wonderful? On behalf of everybody here at Equal as One, I want to say a thank you to Janis and to the others who traveled with her, to Christina Kilman, and also to Dr. Cameron Taylor. I need to tell you just a little bit about Dr. Cameron. She is a physical therapist. She spent 2 full days training our doctors and our nurses in physical therapy techniques to alleviate chronic pain. Akpugo is a community of farmers, as I mentioned earlier, and so many of the adults in Akpugo have spent majority of their daytime hours, their working hours, bent over at the waist, farming by hand. And the number of patients that I saw in a day that came to me and said, my biggest problem is waist pain. My biggest problem is back pain. There were so many people every single day. And unfortunately, chronic pain, there's not a lot of good that pain medications do for someone who is in chronic long-term pain, but physical therapy can be game-changing. And so Dr. Cameron came and she taught the doctors and the nurses how to teach the patients all of these different exercises and stretches that they could do to alleviate their pain, so that someday they may be able to live a pain-free life without any medical assistance. And that is game-changing. We witnessed her treating patients directly and then also coaching our doctors as they treated patients and tried out some of their new physical therapy techniques. And it was just wonderful. I can't say thank you enough to her, because that changed everything for our population of chronic pain sufferers in Akpugo. Now, our trip in August with Mount Horeb, over and above checking on the clinic and volunteering the days that we were there, we had 2 main goals. One was to show Mount Horeb what we were up to at Kindred Clinic, and the other was to host a dedication day for Kindred Clinic. It was the 1-year anniversary of Kindred Clinic's opening, and we wanted to host a dedication to publicly recommit to dedicating the clinic to the people of Akpugo. Sometimes it is easy as a nonprofit to step into an area, serve, and then pick up and leave. And when you leave, the community is no better off than when you started. Equal as One has always strived to make sure that we are the beginning of the story in our projects, but that we are not the end. That the community themselves actually take ownership of the projects that we begin, so that things like Kindred Clinic can continue on for years and years and years in the future, even after Equal as One is no longer there. And so this day of dedication was a day when all of the Kindred Clinic staff, all of us visitors, a lot of the leaders locally, and some of the dignitaries from nearby areas, and neighbors who just walked in from the community, all gathered together to have a dedication. A priest that was visiting from the biggest church in Akpugo prayed over the clinic, walked around, sprinkled holy water over every single inch of the inside of the clinic, the outside property, and every person who attended. And in the end, we all shared a meal together. We served food to any community members that wanted to come and join us. There were kids running around, playing with Janis, learning how to play Duck, Duck, Goose, and the women from the neighborhood teaching us how to dance. We had so much fun with music and laughter and just connecting to the community and letting them know that we brought this clinic for them, that it belongs to them, and that it will belong to them forever. It was a precious day, and I'm so thankful that I was there to see it. and thankful for everyone who came and witnessed it with us. Now, once the festivities were done, we actually offered anyone who wanted to come into the clinic to have a tour of the clinic. And we brought everyone in, showed them around, showed them what it would be like to be a patient with us. And we figured that you may appreciate the same thing. And so we have a video here for you where we are going to give you kind of a view of what Kindred Clinic looks like 1 year after its opening. Enjoy.
Hello, good morning. My name is Lucy Sonia Ndinojo. This is Nwobodo, that's Kindred Clinic, owned by Equal as One. I'm a nurse here, and I'm also a midwife. So here we give basically primary health care to the villagers and to anybody that comes around for health care. So, and it's basically free treatments that we render here. We do free delivery, we do free antenatal. This is the admin office. They are the admin office. When the patient comes from the waiter, they call them in, they open a folder for them. From there, they move forward to the nurses. They take their vital signs, their weight, temperature, and all that is needed. We take them to the doctors, the consultation room. From there, they meet the doctors. The doctor gets to see them, make a diagnosis for them, do some lab that we render. From there, we take them to the pharmacy where the drugs are being dispensed. So this is basically what we do here. We also have our labor room where we do delivery. Then after the delivery, we send them to the postnatal ward where they get to rest for some hours before they eventually go home with their babies. So this is what we do here in Nwobodo.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Victor Anyekan Emmanuel. I'm one of the primary healthcare physicians in Kindred Clinic, a faction of Equal as One.
Hello everyone, my name is Achiri Fonachu. I work as a primary healthcare physician with Equal as One at their primary healthcare project in Akpugo community.
Today is our anniversary, 1 year anniversary since we opened Equal as One. I want to use this medium to thank our esteemed donor.
Working here for 1 year has been very, very rewarding because as a physician here, I've been able to see a lot of people who have never met a physician in their life. Their first time seeing a doctor is in this hospital.
Hi, my name is Christina Kilman. I am from Mount Horeb Global Methodist Church in South Carolina. We have been supporting Equal as One for years now and haven't been able to see the clinic in person. So I was able to go to Nigeria this year to see it live, to see it function, to see the doctors and nurses and to meet everyone has really stood out. The immense amount of competency by all staff members and people that are in charge of making everything happen here. It has been an honor to be here, to stand here. I was able today to wear a traditional head tie even, and they are just been so welcoming from every moment that we've been here, from the moment we got off the plane until right this moment. And I couldn't be more honored to be here representing Mount Horeb this year.
Isn't that so beautiful? I wish I could see all of you and talk to you face to face about what has happened this year. Truly, I am in awe, and I'm someone who's in the thick of it and working on it very, very frequently throughout the year. And even I was still jaw on the floor in awe of what a difference Kindred Clinic is making just 1 year in. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, we are nearing the end of our night here, and I want to share a personal story with you that I was inspired to talk about really because of what Janis brought up about the rate of children who die before they reach their 5th birthday. I'm going to try to get through this without getting emotional because I can feel it coming already. During our visit to Nigeria this summer, I'm so thankful to say that I got to do this with my husband and my children. All of my children went to Nigeria this summer. It was their first trip. We were there for a long time. They got to see their second home. And 2 of my children fell ill with malaria while we were there. What I can tell you is that I was under the impression that the only people who would struggle to get treated for malaria would be people who were obviously impoverished, people in communities like Akpugo with no resources and no access to healthcare. I can now tell you that the healthcare system Nigeria-wide is quite broken, and that when our children got malaria, in both of their cases, the only reason why they both ended up getting fast treatment at the correct dose from a reliable source to make sure it was actual medication, and the only reason that all of those things happened are because my husband and I are in medicine, and because we know how to properly test for malaria when one of our children was completely improperly tested. We know what the dosage of medication is supposed to be, even when our son was given a completely incorrect dose at a clinic there. I could barely sleep at night while my children were going through those first days of malaria, because malaria, if not treated properly and early enough, can be deadly. It is most risky in the young, in the children. And I was a parent who had children on treatment. I was a parent who had resources and access, and my kids were being treated, and I still could barely sleep for just worry and praying that they were okay. What I can't imagine is being a parent of a child living in Akpugo, when your child falls with what you suspect is malaria, and having no way to test and no way to treat, and just praying every single night away that your child will wake up the next day. I need you all to understand that even if Kindred Clinic did absolutely nothing else except test and treat for malaria, lives would be being saved. And so I want this clinic to flourish. I want it to run forever. I don't just want it to function the years that I work for Equal as One, but I want it to be a lasting clinic in this community, a lasting beacon of hope for parents like me who watch their young children and feel helpless as they suffer battling through malaria. So please understand that every dollar that you give, we order treatments and tests and treatments and tests and treatments and more tests for malaria to keep Kindred Clinic well stocked, so that there is not a parent that has to stay up anymore wondering if their child is going to live. So thank you. Thank you for every dollar that you've given in the past. Thank you for every dollar that you will give tonight. It is life changing. Make no mistake. It is life changing. Now, folks, we are in our last 5 minutes of our auction tonight. I am going to pass it back to Ablaze for one final musical performance while you consider your donations, while you make your final bids, while you race to pick up those items that you want to take home tonight. And I will catch you on the other side of the musical performance for tonight's final giveaway. Ablaze?
Thank you. Our final song for the night is titled Jireh. And also thank you for having us this evening. Equal as One is so important to the people of Akpugo, and so please give generously and give as you're able. For every single bit helps. Thank you so much and enjoy. I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. Doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now.
Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I hear your voice carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me out.
You would cross an ocean so I wouldn't drown.
You've never been closer than you are right now. You are Jireh. You are enough. You are Jireh. You are enough.
And I will be content in every circumstance.
You are
Jireh. You are enough.
I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. And that is enough. And that is enough. 'Cause you are Jireh. You are enough. You are Jireh.
You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance.
You are
Jireh. You are enough.
You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content
In every circumstance.
You are Jireh.
You are enough.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Back to you.
Thank you, guys. And now I am in tears over here. I cracked. I finally cracked. Everybody, this is the last minute of the auction. If you bid on something and you want to take it home, go back in right now. Go back in. Don't look at my face. Go into the auction and get your last items in. This is the last minute of tonight's auction. Go, go, go. And while you do that, I'm going to draw for the final giveaway of the night. There was a person who actually joined our event 40 minutes in. Even your name is in here. Like I said, attendance is what is required, but once you are here, you are in. The final winner for the night is Lynn Otto. Lynn Otto, you have won a $5 gift card to Applebee's, a $10 gift card to Cold Stone Creamery, and a $50 gift card to Outback Steakhouse. We hope you enjoy a night out on the town, on us. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. That is our event this evening. Donations can come through this link. You can either type in equalasone.org/donate now into any browser, or you can follow this QR code. As I said, any donation given tonight, dollar for dollar, will be matched up to $25,000. And our goal tonight is to hit 30K. We want to get that transport vehicle for Equal as One. We want to hire an ophthalmologist for the care of the community's eyes. And we want to convert that generator house into more accommodation so that when our precious pregnant women show up in labor at any time of day, they will have a caregiver there to receive them, the same that we would have here in the States. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. You are so important to me. I'm so grateful for you. A thank you again to Janis and to Cameron and to Christina, to our board of directors, to all of you who have volunteered for Equal as One, and to our staff at Kindred Clinic who are with us tonight. We thank you for everything you do for the people of Akpugo. Good night.